Alright, welcome back everybody. It is Wednesday once again. Got my freestyle rope ready. Using a long-handled freestyle rope from Elite Jumps. Beaded rope, always the easiest to learn with. Any jump rope is really going to work, but this is going to be the easiest one for today's combos. So, with all that being said, let's get started. So, I'll show you the combo we're learning first. This one is one of the most complicated ones we've done in these classes, but it looks very smooth, and at the end you're going to feel like a jump rope ninja. So, this is what it looks like. There it is. So, one more time. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, catching it on 8, just like that. So, a couple skills we're going to need to learn for this specific combo. 1, an EB, that's that cross with your body in between. The next concept we're going to learn is switching from forward to backward with no side swings. This is not something we've covered yet, and it is deceptively different, deceptively difficult compared to what we've done in the past. And then, this combo has an EB on both sides, right? So we're definitely not going to be going full speed today. We're just going to be learning all of these tricks individually and then trying our best to put it together. So, to get things started, we're going to do an EB on the left. That is a side swing and EB. To do this, as we side swing on the left, our left hand goes behind us, our right hand's going to the front. It's going to clear our head, and then we jump through. I'm just going to be doing the EB super fast because we've already covered this one in our classes, but it looks just like this. Side swing, EB. As soon as you land, your left hand's coming out from behind you, and then you're going into the open jump for 3. Right there, yes, because side swing is the 1, jumping through that EB is the 2, and then 3 is the open jump. Okay. Now, the next transition we're going to practice. And if you still want one more time to work on the EB, pause the video now. You can take some more time to figure it out, master it. The next concept we're going to do is jumping forwards to backwards with no side swings. So, it looks like this, forwards to backwards. Watch what happens. I'm going to jump through. As I land, I turn my body to the right. My left hand is going to go slightly behind the back, around to here, until I can kind of see the rope. Okay? So I'm looking to my right, I'm jumping, clearing the rope, and my left hand's going behind the back. So if I'll face sideways for one, it might be a little easier to see what's going on here. Oop. Not if I don't make it over the rope. There it is. So, as I'm clearing the rope stays behind me, and then I jump through. Kind of like when we're going backwards to forwards, right? You know how you keep the rope in front of you and you can watch it the whole time? We did this one a lot last week, where we did the backward to the forward, right? So it's backwards to forward, there's no side swing. It's kind of the reverse of that. So rather than keeping it in front of you, you have to keep the rope behind you. So I'm clearing the rope, I'm keeping it behind me, and then I'm jumping backward. So it doesn't go over my head, it stays mine. So forwards, and then backwards. A couple secrets for this one. The hardest part of this is going to be keeping it at that up and down, up and down plane, right? If as you turn, your right hand swoops out really far, then your rope is going to start going sideways, right? So if my right arm is making that sideways motion, it's going to mess it all up. What I need to do is keep my hands going down and up. And did you see, even though my body's turning, I keep it on the same plane, down and up, so I can jump through backward here. So right now I'm doing a lot with my right arm to really exaggerate it and show you. But eventually you'll get to a point where you're just leaving the rope up and back. And notice that my wrists are doing a lot of the work, right? I was showing you really tall with the arms, but for this trick and every trick that we're going to do, you really want to do more of the wrists guiding the rope where to go. So it comes behind and then jump. One more time, we'll show you that one, and I want you to see what's happening with the wrists here. I'm pointing it straight up behind me like this, and then pulling it down backward. 1, 2. There it is. So that would be the count 3 and 4 of this combo. So a quick review. From the beginning, we're doing side swing, EB, forwards jump, backwards jump. That's the left side swing. If you want to try with me so far, we're going to do just this part for now. So side swing, EB, forwards jump, backwards jump. And it's okay if it's happening at that pace right now, or even slower, or faster. Everybody learns this one at different speeds. So side swing, EB, forwards, backwards. Very good. Okay, after that, we're doing the same thing we did last week. This one's much easier. It's just the backwards to the forwards. So as you clear the rope backward, you're going to watch it come up in front of your face to the front and then jump through once again. So adding in the fifth jump now, we've got side swing, EB, forward, backward, forward. Right? It's interesting, right there we did forwards, backwards, forwards with no side swings. It goes under us every time, unless you missed like I just did. Now, we got, after that, a right EB. So that's going to be the side swing on 6. And now that our right hand is going behind the back, we're jumping through on 7. And then it's coming over to catch on 8, just like this. So we've learned all the pieces now. Take a second, really think about it, and give it a couple tries. While you're trying this one, I'm going to give you a couple more random tips that might help with both the EB and that spin, and that is wrist control. When I'm teaching beginners EBs, the number one thing I see is they're doing a lot with the arms here, and that's making the rope go sideways, and that means the arm's coming out too much, is lifting too much. Remember, when you're jumping rope normally, you only really need to use your wrist. It's a very small motion. And the same goes for EB, right? If I'm in this position, my arms really don't need to move at all. It's just the wrist happening over and over. Even if I'm going in and out of that position, right? It's really just in the wrists. Additionally, where you're pointing your wrists really matters, right? When your rope is down and you're clearing the rope, and this goes for pretty much any crossing skill, when the rope is down, you want your handles to be pointed down because the rope is going to go where you point it. A lot of the times when people cross, because their arm is naturally coming up like this or even like this, when really your arm should be diagonally down, your hands should be pointed diagonally down too. Because if you bring your hands pointed up like this, that is the opposite of the direction you want your rope. It's going to be taller, it's going to be harder to jump through. So point those handles diagonally down, just like if you're doing a cross. Right, your hands shouldn't be pointed up like this, diagonally down for all of it. Okay, there's a lot of words, but remember we got side swing, EB, forwards, backwards, forwards, side swing, EB, catch. With the numbers, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A couple other tips for this one. This one is high risk of the rope going really sideways, right? To make sure that we're doing the right thing for our side swings, as you're turning, keep reassuring the rope in that up and down position. Especially because things like the spin, when it's natural to turn the body some before it happens, right? You have to keep your hands going in that up and down motion, either toward the front, toward the back, or to the front. You don't want to get lost in all the spinning and start getting some other axes going. Okay, so we'll do that one more time. We'll try to do it all together really slow, and then one more time really fast, and then we'll move on to the next combo. Okay, so ropes are ready. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So actually it was a little fast. We're going to go a little slower. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. And one more time at like a regular song speed, a little faster here. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I know that one was a whole lot to learn in one session, but mastering all of those little intricate parts of the spin there is going to help you with a load of different jump rope skills. So, first combo, we did it, we're done. Moving on to the next one, it's going to start off with a trick called a caboose. A caboose, just like written on my shirt today, inspired by the caboose. It looks just like this, it's a cross, between the legs and behind the knees. Notice how when I start, the rope is going forwards, and then when I'm done, the rope is going backwards. It's just how that one works. To do a caboose, go ahead, drop your rope to the side. We're just going to focus on the position that our body needs to be in. My feet start kind of shoulder width apart right now while I'm reaching. I'm putting my hands between my legs and out past my knees. See how they're crossed? So I'm crossing my hands down, and they're going behind the opposite legs and poking out to the side. If somebody standing in front of you couldn't see your hands poking out like this, then you're not going enough. You got to reach a little more. Okay, if somebody can see your hands standing in front of you, then you're good to go. Whew. So what's going to happen is, you're going to bring the rope over your head. You're going to cross your arms and reach for those opposite sides. At the beginning, while you do this, the rope is just going to pass between both your legs like this, and then go up over your head. Okay? So we're just going to do just that first part. You don't even need a jump for this part. We're really just focusing on getting the reach for that cross. Another secret for this one and for AS, when you're bringing the rope down, if you just bring it up and over and go, it's possible, but it might be pretty tricky. To help you out, reach really far out in front of you and place the rope as far on the ground as you can and slide it. When you slide it across, it'll get a really nice lift up and over. Not only is reaching far out going to help you, but also the shape of your rope when you place it. If the rope is all wiggly like this and it's in a knot, right? If it's all wiggly, then when you go to do it, the rope is going to be all wiggly, and it might not. I don't know how it's making it over me. These handles are awesome. If your rope is in a nicer U shape, it's going to work a lot smoother. So you make the nice U shape. I got my hands crossed already. It's going to make it a little easier for me. I flick the rope up over my head. Remember what I said about your wrists and the crosses, right? When it's going under you, you're pointing down, but when it's going over you, it's got to be pointing up. That's really important for this one. As you bring the rope over, you really got to turn those handles up to get room to go over your head. So right now, if you're trying this and it is getting stuck at the back of your head or not quite making it over, that's because most likely you're not crossing enough. If your hands are just touching at your wrists like this, right, that's not going to make it up over your head because your body has to fit through the loop. That's what I was talking about before. It really needs to reach all the way out past the knees there. So, if it has already made it over your head, what's going to happen is you're going to bring the rope the same way you did. As soon as it comes to the floor again, you jump through. Now watch what I did when I jumped. I didn't just jump up in the air. If I jump straight up, the rope is probably going to hit my feet. I jump and I bring my feet a little closer, just for a second. Right, and that is just making it a little easier to clear the rope. If you already know how to do a caboose, I bet you do that and you don't even notice. So, we're crossing and jumping through. Now from here, the rope is between our legs again, and this is what I was talking about when it ends backward, because you just lift your hands up, and it goes over your head and you're backward. That's it. That is the caboose. So, it comes up and over, cross and jump through, and get up and then backward. Okay, so there's a couple fun things we can do with caboose. Now, these are going to be our combos here. Number one is we enter with a cross beforehand, right? So we do our jumps, we cross, and as we cross, we straddle at the same time. So we're going to cross, and then it comes down between the legs. So cross, and down between the legs. So that is the cross entry for the caboose. Then, after that is the cross exit to the caboose. So we do our caboose. There we go. And then from here, we lift up and over with the backwards cross. So you just leave your hands in the same cross they were in for the caboose. It comes up over your head, and then you jump through it backward. And, ready? You might be reading the future right now. We're going to do a combination of the two. Enter with a cross and exit with a cross. So, you do the cross arms, come down here, jump through, and cross backward this way. And so that one's really fun because it looks super complicated, like a long combo, but it's just everything you already know. A forwards cross, a backwards cross, and a caboose, all in a row. Okay, here's our bonus caboose ending. If you're doing a long combo, a very fun ending pose you can do with caboose So you bring it over your head, but don't jump through, let it hit your legs. From here, you just stand up and pull the rope, bam. And it makes these fun, sharp angles here, right? In slow motion, it might look a little weird, but if you're doing your combo, boom, it's a very flashy ending. Yeah. Let's see what else we can try. This one, it's a little trickier. Caboose might look like it needs a lot of flexibility, but you know, if I can do it, it doesn't need a lot of flexibility. There's a variation, I think it takes a little bit more, and it is the open caboose, right? So when we do the caboose, we cross our arms. There's another variation where you do both hands under the same side. Whoa. You see how that one works? I think it's trickier to get your hands out in that position. So for this one, it's really important that you're holding your handles much lower than usual. So it starts in the middle, and it comes out under both at the same time. And you jump through and go backward. Same as a caboose with the cross hands. It comes here, and then backward. All right, so we learned a bunch of good caboose variations. Let's see, let's do one more good one today. So we've done Kruger before. In case we haven't, we'll review it. Kruger is leg over. It looks just like this. So what we're going to do is a jump right hand underneath the right leg. And then your left arm just stays open, just like this. Then you're watching the rope come over and you guide it off of the other leg. So my left leg goes through on the jump, and then as it passes my head, I do a side swing on the left, and I'm watching my foot and I'm guiding the rope off. So left foot goes over the rope, and then side swing on the left. That's it. That's good. That's Kruger, or leg over. Now, we're going to do a more advanced skill here. It is called a Kruger wrap. What we're going to do is we're going to do the Kruger. It's going to go over our head, and we are not going to change our position at all. We're going to make sure our foot is out further than our handle. And that's rare, I know. I always say the handle's got to be the furthest thing out. But that's because we actually want the rope to wrap once over our leg. So if it's coming up and over my head, I do the Kruger. And then I jump through again. And notice it's wrapped on my leg now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my leg across. Remember last week when we did the cross, the arm wrap to the cross? And we did the wrap on the arm, and then to unwrap it, we brought it on the other side. We're doing that with our leg now. So you bring your leg across your body to the other side. The rope is going to swing, and watch, it will unwrap on the foot, then swing on the other side, right? And then it can come off of the other foot. That was a lot in slow motion. But as you start to speed up your rope, you'll get a better feeling for it. Right? So I do the Kruger, wrap, I bring my foot across, and I make sure that the loop of the rope goes over my foot. So Kruger, wrap, it unwraps, and then I side swing again on this side. You'll notice this is also the same thing as a toed position, right? Because it comes over to this side, and I'm switching my weight from my left foot onto my right foot, and I'm doing that toed position to bring it up over. So Kruger, wrap, unwrap to the toe. There it is. One more try. Kruger, wrap, unwrap, toe. There we go. So that was the Kruger wrap. You can finish with the toad. Let's see, you can do like a toad side swing out. You can just do, if you've done toad to your open jump before, that's how you kind of keep that one moving. There it is. So that's our bonus high level skill for today. Let's finish things off, really getting our heart rate going with our 1 minute jump. So get a sip of water if you'd like one. I'm gonna grab a sip of water too. And then in 8 seconds, we're gonna start our 1 minute jump. Ready, set, here we go. 1 minute jump. So remember, our 1 minute jump is a freestyle situation. You can follow along with some of these ideas. You can try cross step like this, straddle, cross, You can try jumping on one foot. You can try jumping on the other foot. You can jump as fast or as slow as you want to or need to. If you make a mistake, just get right back into it. You can try some stuff with the arms. You can do some crosses. You can do some side swings. Right? We've covered this one before. The southpaw, it's like a double. It's a side swing and open all in one jump. So Side swing up. Side swing up. Try hop step like this. You're kicking your feet back. Try high knees. Bring your knees up to the front. Whew. Just a couple more seconds, whatever you want to do. 3, 2, 1. And that was it. Great job, everybody. I hope you learned something new. Today was probably one of the hardest classes we've done. So let me know in the comments if you found that it was too hard, or if you found that this is exactly where you want to be. Just want to keep learning at this level. You can let me know if you want more of the workout side of things rather than the tricks, or more of the tricks and less of the workout things. I'm here for you. This is a free class brought to you by Elite Jumps. So whatever you feel like is going to be the most useful for you, whatever's going to make you the most excited to jump rope, that's why I'm here. That's why I do it. So if anybody wants to talk in the live chat now, feel free. Otherwise, I will be reading the comments and responding. Or a faster way to reach me on the Elite Jumps app. It's where this is hosted, as well as YouTube. But on the Elite Jumps app, we have all these like channels for giving tips and tricks and free coaching and just community tabs. So if you download the Elite Jumps app, I'll be even faster there. Otherwise, I'll see you all next week, next Wednesday.